welcome to your own native land. You are not guest here. Let me remind you, you are the true native of this place. The Dravidians were the original inhabitants of this place. I've sent one book there. Make small articles for you people. He'll publish them. He'll publish them in magazine also. I'll make small pamphlets for you people. So I just want to remind you, originally the pre-Harappan civilization. If I go back in history, this is the place where actual civilization took place. The first time human life, they say the origin is either in Africa or in this place. We have found some excavations near Ropar, where you will be visiting shortly near Anandpur. They have found one site which shows that original inhabitation on the earth was in this site. Like we coexisted with the African population when the evolution occurred. But the most important and the most interesting part is Indus Valley civilization. Prior to that, that was a Harappan civilization. Harappan Indus Valley civilization, everybody knows. You read in textbooks. But there is one civilization which is called pre-Harappan civilization. Pre-Harappan civilization and Harappan civilization, Mohenjo-daro, was totally Dravidian civilizations. Those were the most, I would say, civilized civilizations at that time. And now the documentation has come. The inner evidence is given by the Rig Veda also. The language of the Rig Veda is not Sanskrit, it's not Hindi. Hindi came very late. It is Vedic language. The Vedic language originated from Munda. Munda, you understand what is Munda? Mother of all South Indian languages, all Dravidian languages. Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, all these Malayali. These originated from Munda. Munda is still spoken in few form. It is still spoken in Indo-Tibetan region. The original inhabitants are either Indo-Tibetans or Austrians of Austric origins or Dravidians. So Punjabi developed from Munda directly. So this land was, even then it was called Punjab. It had different names, Subsidhu, sometime it was called, then it was called Punjab. So the Punjabi is directly linked with Tamil. What is mean? You're fond of eating meat?
மீன் சாப்பிடுவீங்களாடா கேக்குறேன்.
Mean is fish. In Guru Granth Sahib, the mean word has been used many times. You understand Toba? What is Toba? A small town or city. Toba is Punjabi word. So you see, Punjab is the place where we have kept our Dravidian ancestry and heritage intact. So Punjabis and Dravidians are like first cousins only, ancestrally. So this is the place where all the revelations, I would say you people have done the wonderful job of starting this Periyar mission again, rejuvenating by coming to your true native land from the real revolution that started. So it is not a political revolution, it is going to be one line agenda for us is social transformation.
Yes, right.
Social transformation experiment was done on this region only. Started by Bhagat Ravidas, Bhagat Kabir, before them Sheikh Farid Ji. Sheikh Farid Ji is elder to all of them. And all of them, they stood only for one thing, that was social transformation. The actual climax comes when you will be visiting Anandpur Sahib. 1699 was Vaisakhi, the Vaisakhi of 1699. There was a total transformation when Amrit was given, Khalsa was transformed. What does that signify? That signifies the climax of this Harappan, pre-Harappan, Indus Valley civilization. That is the climax of all those cultures, which was transformed, and the basic transformation came, which we require today. Once you go there, pay for it, the social transformation. The society was totally transformed. What Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, I will make this downtrodden, the social, on the lowest on the social saddle, I'll make them the kings. All will make them the rulers. And literally that happened. So in this land, we have to take a vow again of social transformation. Social transformation, I was discussing with them, there are three basic principles which have to be followed. The first principle, which politically we ignored for so many times, that is make our youth empowered. Make them technically skillful. Let them be economically independent. Till we make our youth, our social transformation, the society, the state of the society where we want social transformation, they have to have working skills. The whole idea of this world is to make you dependent. But what Guru Nanak said, how he transformed the society, how the Guru Granth Sahib ideology and all the saints, Bhagat Kabir, Bhagat Ravidas, if you see very clearly, all of them were working. So, the first message which you take from this land of Dravidian ancestry is work culture, dignity of labor, work ethics. These are the basic guiding principles for us. Make our youth empowered, make them financially independent. Then comes the sharing. If you earn yourself only, then you can share. If you don't earn, then mandate for all of us for social transformation is to take 1/10 of our income for this cause. We can only take 1/10 of our income if we earn it. If we don't earn it, how we can take out that income? So then we won't have to depend on donation from other parties, from these, I would say, the industrialists. They will corrupt our philosophy. Why the political parties get corrupted? Because they are dependent financially on others. Let us transform it to the social transformation theory of all of them, of Guru Granth Sahib. Let's be self-dependent. Let us contribute our income, our salaries, 1/10 of it, just 10% of it for this cause, and nobody can defeat this cause. We won't get corrupted. The whole ideology, the whole philosophy. Second is a meditation or the naam or where we sometimes falter. You have to have some emotional or mental soothing balm to be applied on it. You very rightly said this is a soothing balm for you. So this will apply soothing balm on you. And once, the message of Vaisakhi of 1699 was very clear. What Guru Gobind Singh Ji did, social transformation by enhancing self-esteem. The persons, one was, you can say, the sweet maker. He never knew how to use a weapon. He fought in the wars. How come? He enhanced his self-esteem. So the basic message to be given to the masses, to our youth is empower yourself technically, skillfully, become workmen. Secondly, let us enhance everybody's self-esteem. The whole world is going to down you. They want to downgrade your self-esteem. Everybody, all of us are potential, I would say, nuclear bombs. The only thing is we need ignition, and that ignition is self-esteem. Enhance self-esteem, nobody can stop us. When we bought before Guru Granth Sahib, I was going before Bhagat Ravidas, Beni ji, Pikhan ji, Tanna ji, Sheikh Preet ji, Jayadev ji, Kabir ji, Namdev ji, Ravidas ji, Pipa ji, Ramanand, Parmanand, Sadhana, and I didn't know whose caste is what. This is the, I would say, epitome of social transformation. So, highlighting that we are Dalit, we are Bhajan, no more. First, we are human beings, yes, and we are empowered human beings. Once we start asserting ourselves, nobody can stop us. What is required is assertive behavior, no passive, no aggressive. Let us assert for our rights, nobody can stop this revolution. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
We can create even casteless society only by becoming rulers of India.